everybody, it's time for story time. It's Saturday story time and crafts, and I'm Miss TJ. And this is my book that I chose for this week. It's by Oliver Jeffers, and it's called This Moose Belongs to Me. I read an Oliver Jeffers book a while back called Huey, the Hueys and the New Sweater. And I loved that book, so I looked into getting some more of his. He's an interesting author, and I recommend quite a few of his books. He's an award-winning author, and he does the art as well, which is cool. So, here's the cover page. And this is kind of cool. This is a blue string, which plays a part in this story. So, this moose belongs to me. This is a big book. I don't know if I can get it in the picture frame. I might have to move a little bit. There we go. That's better. Wilfred owned a moose. It's amazing. Look at that moose. That's awesome. He's proud of his moose. He hadn't always owned a moose. The moose came to him a while ago, and he just knew that it was meant to be his. He thought he would call him Marcel. So puts a little name tag on him that says Marcel to show that, that's his moose. And this is the name he gave him. He began following Marcel, explaining the rules of how to be a good pet. And here he is. This is rule number 3 that he's explaining to Marcel, how it looks like maybe he thinks a good pet is also his servant. Yeah, I don't know about that rule. Much of the time it seemed as though the moose wasn't listening, but Wilfred knew he was, mostly because he followed rule number 4 very well. Rule number 4, not making too much noise while Wilfred plays his record collection. So the moose was very good at being quiet. Sometimes the moose wasn't a very good pet. He generally ignored rule number 7, which is going whichever way Wilfred wants to go. Yeah, he's not good at that. Wilfred kind of has to try to move him and motivate him there. The moose had a very good sense of direction, and Wilfred did not. And because the moose was particularly poor on rule number 7, subsection B, maintaining a certain proximity to home, Wilfred quickly learned to bring some string along. Oh, there's that string on their outing so he could find his way back again. So there he is with his ball of string. He's going to use that so he can find his way back. Sometimes the moose was an excellent pet. He had no trouble with rule number 11, providing shelter from the rain. And there's Wilfred underneath the moose. So he's keeping nice and dry underneath. And rule number 16, knocking down things that are out of Wilfred's reach. Oh yeah! There he is, he's knocking down some apples. And Wilfred tells him, good work. One day, as Wilfred discussed their plans for the coming year on a particularly long walk, he made a terrible discovery. Look at all that fun stuff they're doing together. Let's see if I got that right. There we go. Someone else thought she owned the moose. Rodrigo, you're back, says the little old lady. Wilfred was dumbstruck. This moose was Marcel, not Rodrigo. The old lady was mistaken, and Wilfred thought it only proper that he correct her. This moose belongs to me. he explained. And to prove it, he called Marcel. Heel, he says. Heel. But the moose did not respond. He seemed more interested in the old lady. Might be because she has an apple. Good Rodrigo, says the little old lady. Embarrassed and enraged, Wilfred rushed off for home. He said, fine. He's leaving. But in his haste, and miles from anywhere, he tripped over his string and he got tangled up. Uh-oh. And there he lay. Uh-oh. Wilfred was beginning to get a little bit worried. It was getting late and the monsters would be out soon. It's dark. Yeah, it's dark and it's scary. He had just ruled out the last of his options, which were get help from a penguin? Saw his way out with a saw? Oh, well, he doesn't have a saw. Oh, a bear comes along with a big axe and gets him loose? No. A hammer? No. A sawfish? No problem. No. A bolt of lightning? No. When along came the moose. And performed rule number 73 brilliantly. Rescuing your owner from perilous situations. I think it's a good thing Wilfred was laying under an apple tree. All was forgiven. Yeah. And perhaps Wilfred admitted he'd never really owned the moose anyway. Oh, yeah. He took off the name tag. With that in mind, he and the moose reached a compromise. The moose would agree to all of Wilfred's rules, including that one where he's a servant. Yeah. Whenever it suited him. Kind of like before. There's a little old man. And he says, Dominic, you're back. And you brought me an apple. Good thing Wilfred had all of that string. That's the end of This Moose Belongs to Me.